Yeah. So my name is Sapna, and I did my BTech from KIIT Bhubaneswar. And I went to Taiwan before, before 2021, like I go now. So I went for an exchange program, which was organized by my university, and I lived there for 4 months. I explored Taiwan, and presently I am working in a like as an employee in High Rages Corporation, and looking forward to go ahead for MBA in NSYSU Taiwan.
Yes. I mean, you already have a job now, right?
Yes, yes, I do have a job.
So why you want to go to Taiwan?
Actually, when I went to Taiwan last time, like MBA was always a priority for me, but due to this COVID and all, I thought of entering a job rather than spending money for my higher education. So the last time when I went to Taiwan, it was really beautiful experience, and that day I decided I wanted to get my master's degree from here. But since I always had a thinking, like if I go to Taiwan or if I go to abroad for my higher studies, it would like help my pocket a lot to be loosened. So I dropped that idea and I went into a job. But when I joined Educare Taiwan, I came to know like studying in Taiwan with a scholarship is not that expensive. So yeah, I applied for the universities and I seek their admission there.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, Sapna is very driven, and then she academically is very strong. By the way, your GPA in total is what, 9 point?
Yeah, so the total CGPA is 9, but in particular 7th and 8th semester it was 9.5.
Yes. So she's very driven, by the way. So yes. What did you like Taiwan the most in that 4 year? I mean, 4 months?
Yeah. So like when I went to Taiwan, it was a completely new experience for me. This was my first foreign trip when I went for. So like since people over there speak Mandarin and I was a person who could not speak like any other language apart from Hindi and English, so I thought like it is going to be very difficult for me, and me being a vegetarian, it was very difficult for me to sustain. I thought those things. But when I went to Taiwan, like people, although like I used to live in a countryside of like area, so people were not so aware of English there, but they helped me a lot. They used to explain me things by their body language. The people were so kind, like they used to give me lift when I missed my bus to the colleges. And like the lady near my college, she could not understand what I mean when I asked her to serve me a fried rice without egg. But once, as soon as she understands it, for the last like 4 months, she was the one who used to serve me the vegetarian food. And apart from the kindness of people, I looked into the pattern of studies over there. In India, like schools are mostly driven to theoretical studies, and people usually ignore the practical learning. But in Taiwan, like everything is balanced. Once teacher explains you the theory, and then at the same time you implement into the instruments. So the learning process is very nice. Apart from this, it is a very highly developed country, which made me give a standard living style, which I somewhere miss in the village area of India. So that was one other thing which made me very like driven towards Taiwan. People, culture, everything is very nice, which is the sole reason I went for Taiwan for like graduating, like from my for my masters I chose.
Yeah. So what, I mean, is any of your senior, they are studying in Taiwan? What's the experience that they have? What, I mean, do you know someone? What's the experience?
Yes.
What they say?
I do have few of the seniors studying there, and I got to know them the last time when I went to Taiwan. So nowadays, like I am actually going to go there with them in the same university. So I used to ask them, "Ki bhaiya, what is going on? Like, how is the culture? How is the colleges? How is the teacher?" So like all the time, whenever I asked them, they used to say, "Ki you come over here. This is a wonderful place to live in. The job opportunity is very high. Once you get a job, you will be like." It would be very easy for you to earn. And like the college, the teachers, the professors, everybody, I always used to get a positive response. So like I till now did not hear any of the negative words from any of my seniors over there.
So when you tell your father that you're gonna, I think now you are making like 50,000 rupees, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you tell your parent you are giving up this salary and not going, what they say?
So my parents have always been supportive to me. Even my dad doesn't wanted to me to join a private like job and stop my studies. My dad was always in a favor of me going for higher studies. So when I joined my job and dropped the idea for MBA, and I told this to my father was the one who explained me like, now you're earning around 50-60,000 once you complete your masters. It would be the double amount you would be earning.
Mm.
So yes, my father was quite upset when I joined the job, but when as soon as I met Lynn and I got like my father got to know that I again have a plan to go for higher studies, he was the happiest person I could ever imagine for this decision.
So when when he came to know that you got the admission and the 2 years of tuition waiver, what was the reaction that your family had?
Yeah, so actually, when I applied for the universities, my father was quite sure that I would seek an admission because he always used to think that I'm a bright student, although I'm not. Though, so yeah. So, but when I told him about the admissions, he was quite neutral that I got an admission. But yeah, when I told him about the scholarship, he was very happy. Although because I do not have to ask him for money anymore for the university's fees, so yes, he was very happy with that. Like his gestures could be explainable, like he was very happy.
So one, sorry, huh, you guys, this is again, there's a commercial time. So when you come to us, what was your experience that you have? Like,
Yeah,
yes.
so as I told you, like when I was in third year when I went to Taiwan, and after coming from the Taiwan, when I was in fourth year, I used to email various professors before this COVID times. I used to email various professors, just I could get a reply back and I could seek an admission. But I would generally tell you, I would have text more than 10-20 professors and I did not get a reply from single of them. And it is actually very difficult for them to reply each and every student because they usually get this kind of emails for like telling about the projects or getting an admission under them. Thousands of people used to mail them usually, so I usually do not used to get an ad like reply from any of the professors. Also, I tried to contact to universities, but it was very difficult for me to get a positive reply from them. So like that was the sole reason I connected with Len. And I would just suggest you, like, it was just not about the admission, the complete procedure, the writing of SOP, study plans, autobiographies. These are very difficult tasks. Actually, not difficult, but it needs a kind of like mentorship. So, Lynn ma'am helped me throughout the process. And also, she helped me, she motivated me to keep my CGPA like a little higher so that it would be easy for me to get into a scholarship. So, it was just not a procedure of consultancy or just making money. It was just a connection which we made with her, which helped me to seek all the positive responses from each, like every side.
Okay, you guys, I did not pay her to say this, okay? Yes. Yes. Okay. I think, so what would you like to do in Taiwan the most now?
So I had a plan to like graduate, like complete my masters there, and I even had a thought to work there for 1-2 years, and I would like kind like to work in the company which also had the branch in India, so that after 2-3 years I could come back to India and live with my family. Also, I had a plan of startup after like more than 3-4 years of job experience. So yeah, I have a second thought of startup as well.
Mm, I think if possible, I mean, not starting for the startup. I mean, first you work for a few years and then really have, I mean, if you can, I mean, work, mm, and work in a company in the same time, do some small startup when you are in your free time. I think that they can reduce, because I can tell you like 95% of startup, they all die within 5 years. So in order to sustain that your startup, just make sure you yourself have the enough capital to sustain the startup as well. It's very important. Okay. Mhm. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Safna.